friends, my beauties. Welcome to Southern Yankee Beauty. Today we're doing a little bit of a different video. We are still going to do a beautiful eye look, this one that you see on my eyes, but I was inspired by a couple of things. I was inspired by, well, first of all, there's a lot of different palettes coming out right now for Halloween, which is just a one-day thing. And when I think of Halloween, I think of green and orange and purples, black, burgundy, you know, kind of dark, sultry, fun colors, muted, grungy colors. So that's what kind of inspired the eye look today. But what really inspired it was there was some eye looks, some palettes that I was thinking of picking up, and really financially I don't have the money to do so right now. This is like, for me, I don't know if it's the same with you, but this is the busiest time of year for me. We've got birthdays. In fact, little Grayson is turning 3 tomorrow, and I have his birthday gifts right in front of me that reminded me I have to wrap. And so we have birthdays. We have my other grandson's turning 6 and my daughter's turning 23. There's just I have a birthday in December, 10 days before Christmas, so lots of stuff going on. Plus I have a huge family. I have 5 grandbabies, another on the way, and we're just blessed with a lot of beautiful family members, but it's expensive during the holidays. And so I love the holiday launches. They are some of my absolute favorites. I'm very tempted to get like the Hourglass ambient lighting palettes. I'll stick them up here. I'm probably going to grab one at some point, but not yet. Maybe I'll ask for one for my birthday. I also really want to get the Pat McGrath new collection, her holiday collection, which I'll probably pick up and do like Klarna or Affirm, where you do it like you pay after. I'll probably do that because I want that collection, most of it. I don't want the eye mascara. I don't like colored mascaras. Let me know in the comments below. Just curious, do you like colored mascaras? I just don't. Like they have one this color. This would have been a fun one to do, but I just don't like the way it looks on the eyes. So those aren't for me, so I'm not going to pick that up. But there was the Odens eyes. There was a new ones from Odens eyes for Halloween that kind of tempted me. There was a Casper one. I can't remember. I'm kind of going off the top of my head. I'm going to just take a second to stop, and I'm going to go ahead and roll some pictures to some spooky Halloween music of some of the new Halloween inspired palettes and makeup collections coming out. So stay tuned for that. All of the new fun collections coming out, I also want to show you some of what I grabbed. I thought, you know what, we don't need to spend the money on a new palette. I have a large eyeshadow collection, a really large collection, and I know I can find colors of the inspirations of some of those palettes in my own collection and save the money. So that was sort of the inspiration behind this video. And so I started doing some digging on Pinterest, and I'm going to throw up some different things that reminded me of Halloween and fall and kind of that spooky, enchanted type of a vibe that I wanted to go for. I don't know if I fully accomplished it because I could have went a little more dark, a little bit more moody, but I think it still came out really beautiful. And I'm still really happy with pushing myself outside of the box and also really looking into what I already have. So I'm going to take a minute here, again, run some spooky music, and show you all of the different things that I found that sort of became my inspiration. And then I'm going to show you the palettes that we decided to use today to create this look. Now, don't worry if you don't have these palettes at home, friends. If you don't, no big deal. Go through your own closet, or your own closet. I mean, I have pretty much a closet of stuff. I have several. Go through your own collection of eyeshadows and see what you own that you can bring to the table to create a look based off of what you have. So this is going to be like a little monster mashup of, and maybe that's what the title of the video will be, monster palette mashup, we'll see, of different palettes that I already owned. So don't be afraid, find your own and create your own looks. And don't forget to tag me on Instagram at SouthernYankee15 or send me a message with the looks that you create using something that you already have in your own collection. I definitely want to see your photos. So if you are an Instagrammer, a YouTuber, a makeup artist, I am just a makeup lover, definitely not an artist. I am an artist, just not in makeup, but definitely tag me, please. I want to see all your looks, all your inspirations. I hope that this challenges you to get outside of the box a little. I've been doing a lot of inside of the box looks recently, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. So let's take a look at the inspiration, and then I'll show you the final one that I settled on to do today's look, and we'll go into the palettes that I found. Hold on. Okay, lovelies, I hope you enjoyed seeing my inspiration. Now I'm going to put up here on this on the side here what is the one that I decided to do as my inspiration. Halloween's one day. We could have done things with purple, but I wanted to do something that was goblin green, and there is a little bit of burgundy and purple in here, but I wanted something that we could use for the fall too, because frankly I use fall palettes all season long. I use them for months, where I would only probably use a Halloween palette if it's in my mind that it's a Halloween palette. I might only pull that out once a year. So again, that to me really financially wasn't worth my money. And also, I mean, maybe I would use it more, but I might, like, I think it's just a mental thing for me. I probably wouldn't have. And maybe I'll go back and get one of those Odin eye palettes, but one of the palettes had too many blues in it, and blues are not the best friend of a girl with blue eyes. You're supposed to be wearing colors that are opposite on the color wheel. So I also wanted to use colors that would be more appropriate for me. And like the burgundy will show off my eyes a little. That green even works, even though my eyes are such a light blue. So I hope you enjoyed this. We're going to show you now what we decided to use. So I had 4 palettes that I originally picked up. The first palette I don't believe we end up using, but I do swatch some of the colors that I thought we might use. So this was my ColourPop palette, and I think I swatched this one here, and then one of these down here, one of these burgundy shades on the bottom, because I wanted to look for a pretty, like, this is a duochrome. This one I swatched too. This is another green. It's not the green we end up using. And then these. So this was, I looked at this and I thought, okay, that's a maybe, and I pulled it out. But also not a palette that any of you guys are going to have, because that's one I created myself. Then I pulled out the Odens Eye Merry Christmas palette, and this has a couple of shades too. So you can see we have a grungy green here, we have another pop of green here, we have an emerald green here called New Year's Day, right? New Year here. That is the color that I use on the eye here. And then we also have like a dark burgundy. But when I swatched this dark burgundy color, it did lean more red, like Christmas. So that was a no-go. Even though this emerald was definitely an emerald green, Christmas green, I loved it so much and I hadn't used it yet. And I did end up using it and loving it. So we used that palette. Natasha Denona Yucca palette. Some of you might have this one. So this is a fabulous one because you've got all these like grungy little shades. So I think we use these 2 shades here. Then you've got golds and stuff in here too, but you also have 2 deeper greens here. Still missing, and you have a brown. We're still missing the burgundy shade though. So I have lots of burgundy shades. I almost ruined that palette. So, but this one was already out, and you can see I've used it recently because I got to clean it. This is the Heather Austin and Adept Cosmetics palette. And so my plan was just to use this shade, which is PaO2 on the outer edge. But as I was doing that, the green metallic and this is a matte shade, it didn't want to kind of come together really seamlessly. So between those 2 shades, I put a little bit of Hey Y'all, and it gave it a little bit of a silver fleck to it as well. And you will see close-ups at the end of this eye look. I took a bunch of them. I took some in front of the ring light and also in front of the window. So they look a little different because it's different lighting, but that's what I wanted you to see. So, all right. And right now, now on my photos, there is a smoothing filter, but it's only because I don't want you to focus on my wrinkles and I wanted you to really focus on the eye look. Right now I have no filters on, so this is the true. In fact, I'll come up really closely. Same thing when I'm in front of the mirror. I don't have any filters on my videos except for the photos at the end, which just smooths it because it brings out the detail in the eyes. So, and it's a slight filter that I use. I don't use something crazy. So here is a little bit of a close up. You can see I have real pores. My skin is not perfect. My teeth are absolutely not perfect. But this is the real me, my friends. So I hope that you love this video and this style. If you do, and you want more mashups, and you want more inspiration photos that we play with and create, please let me know, and maybe I can make this a series on the channel. I want to do what gets you excited and what you enjoy watching. So stay tuned. Here comes the look. Good morning, good morning. Okay, I am so excited about this video. So we are going to do kind of a palette mashup. So let's take a look at the palettes. Let's throw up on the side here my inspiration palette again, or inspiration color palette, but you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, the Yucca palette from Natasha Denona has some really cool options. Here's some greens. We're going to use some of these. All right. I also have my ColourPop like curated one. So there's a really cool emerald green in here. You have a little, this is more of a dandelion yellow. Probably won't use that. You've got some cool colors in here too. Like this dark one here is kind of like a fun duochrome. Look at that moment. So I don't know, we may, and you've got a darker kind of shimmer here, but I want a darker burgundy than that, so we probably won't use that. Then I also pulled out, because it was already out, the Heather Austin palette, because it has this really beautiful burgundy right here. Also has a green and yellow, so like this has some of those nice shades here, but I think we're going to use that shade from this palette. And then I brought out the Odens Eye. Now, Odens Eye is one of the ones that came out with a Halloween palette. I think also, again, with Heather, or no, maybe it was, I forgot. But anyway, I'll put those up here just to remind you. But this is their Christmas launch that, I've got boxes and the cats are jumping in. This is their Christmas launch, but it's got some good options. You've got a dark burgundy, you've got a dark color green here. You've got this gorgeous emerald green too that I think could be stunning. So I'll just do right there. Actually, let me also swatch this hot cocoa shade in here, because look at this deepness here, and let's look at the other one next to it from the Heather Austin. All right, so there's that one. I just want to see which burgundy color. I think this one leans more red, so we'll probably use this one in the Heather Austin because it leans more plum. So it's going to be a dark, smoky look. A lot of fun. And then we also have, let's go into our ColourPop, and let's just swatch the green in here. So there's a beautiful brighter green here, but this, I think I still like that other emerald. Oh yeah, that's better. And then we also have this like plum shade down here that we could use. Okay, that's got a little sparkle in it, but it won't show on the eye. And then if we go back to the Yucca palette, we have this like hunter green. It's a matte shade. We also have the citrine kind of orange, yellow would be good for like a little transition, kind of grunge. We have acacia. These are some of the yellowy greens in here that I think we'll use as a transition. There's also two other matte greens, but anyway, so we're going to be using some of these shades. I don't know in what combination yet. Let me wash my hands. We'll be right back to get going. All right, I left those swatches on my hands. I just cleaned my fingers off. Let's go ahead and start with some Jaclyn Hill primer on the eye, since we're using such dark shades today. And I've been having some issues with some dry skin on my eyes, so I definitely want to take care of them. I had to put some like oils on them today and antibiotic ointment because I don't know what's going on with them. Probably too much makeup, but I haven't been wearing much makeup for like a week now. I don't know. All right, so I'm just gonna let that sit for just a second, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started in here. And I think I'm gonna start with the citrine shade as the transition. Okay, let's bring you guys in. And I don't have any makeup or anything on, or concealer or anything yet, because I'm going to be making probably a mess since there's so many dark shades. So I just want to be able to clean the skin off. So we're just starting to go here in this corner with the shade. Nice grungy awesomeness from Miss Natasha. She always delivers the power and the punch and the saturation, smooth blending, just such a good, this is a good palette. They're all, I love all of her palettes. I haven't had any issues with any of her palettes. So I don't even know what we're doing. I'm just being fun. I don't know. I'm just going to be playing with all different colors. All right. I want to take her Camu color in the inner corner, like up in this area. All right. I got a little pencil brush. There we go. I'm going to connect it over to that citrine shade. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we're gonna move to a different palette. Now, I'm going in, I think, to the Heather Austin with this dark plummy purple. And I'm gonna put that low down here. Just like that. All right. Now, friends, we're going to do something fun. We're going to go into the Odens eye with that bright green shade. That beautiful, beautiful shade right here. That is called New Year. Oh, look at that. It's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna take my little fluffy brush and take, and it still has some of that yellow, and just kind of go over that burgundy and bring it up a little bit. We're probably gonna add more of that burgundy back in. Let me get the other eye to match. All right, friends, I do want to take a little bit of a transition between that burgundy and that green because it's so different. So I'm going to go into this like plummy Hayel shade here, and I'm going to put that right here, right in the middle there, just to sort of have a little bit of a easier transition into that bright emerald. Also gives off a little bit of a silverish twinkle in here as well, which I kind of like. Softens that burgundy up a little bit. Sometimes you just got to experiment with colors, friend, and don't be afraid. I mean, it's just eyeshadow and it washes off, you know, we don't have to be perfect. Ooh, okay. I do want to brighten up that camo color. I'm loving the way this looks. It's insanely different than anything I've usually done. But I think once we get everything on it, it's going to be cool looking. All right, so let's go back into Natasha's camo and just brighten this. And then I'll put my makeup on. We'll come back and we'll do the bottom lash. Oh, yeah. This is a fun and very different look for me. I'll be right back. Let's get the rest of our face on. Okay. I just have the foundation and powder and stuff on. I don't have any blush or anything yet, but all right, let's go back into the PaO2 from the Heather Austin and just put that right here. Just right there. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing here. I'm going to take that Hey Y'all color next to it and just go over it a little bit. Cleaning that off on my switch, I'm going back into that green shade. That is called New Year from the Odens Eye palette. And you guys don't need to have all these palettes. If you have some of them, great. If you have none of them, great. Just look and use what you have. If you're going to try to recreate a look, it doesn't have to be exactly the same tone. You might have different skin tone than mine and want a different tone color on your skin. But, you know, if you want to try something like this where you're mixing these type of colors, just see what you have in your own collection. Okay, now taking back into Miss Natasha, back into camo, and I am cleaning my brush off in between each time, by the way. I'm going right here. We just followed the same thing we had up top. All right, now on the bottom, I am going to take a light little brushing of the first shade Citrine that we used and just run that right under everything, just to sort of pull the whole look together. And you can see I do have speckles and things that are coming off from it on my face, but that's all right. All right, friends, that's the final eye look before eye mascara or lashes or anything, but here it is. Very grungy. Definitely Halloween-y. All right, so let's get some liner and lashes. And I'll be right back. Friends, so I'm going to go in with the Ofra Bronzer Duo by Samantha March. It's got like a bronze, like a shimmer side and a flat side. I just mixed them. And we're going to deepen up the skin a little bit more. I wanted to put some lashes with this, some like big lashes, but I don't have any that I can find right now. So I think I'm out. I need to get more eyelashes. But I have been using, let me just bring my eye in and I'll show you. I have been using a lash like thing that helps your lashes grow.
And I am very happy with how long my real lashes are. I hate when you get that little end on there. So there's this one really, this side was really like, I like ripped some of the lashes. So this one's a little bit behind the other eye, but it is definitely lengthening my eyelashes. So, all right, so moving back a little bit, we're gonna use a really fun highlighter today too that is very, very green. Green, friends. So, all right, is this still this is the Blush Duo Next, also by Samantha March. I'm gonna go in to this because this one is like a nice like neutrally shade, and I don't want anything to take away from how fun the eyes are, other than the cheeks and the highlight that we're gonna use, because that's gonna be fun too. And then I'll come back at the end. I gotta do my hair. And I'm using a really, really fluffy brush, and I'm just mixing these two colors together. I think it's called Chiclet. Yeah, Chiclet. A little bit on the nose. And bring it right up. There. All right. Now for some fun stuff, we're going to use, this is the color Sour Ice by Jeffree Star. It was one of his like Supreme Frost like holiday launches. I started swatching it there, but look. It has green in it. It's got like a green shift. So we're going to use that in a couple of spots. We're going to use it in the inner corner. I'm going to use it right up here, and we're going to use it as a highlight. So we're going to definitely go all out. I have to go somewhere today too, but whoa. All right, I'll spell that right. Careful with this if you have it. A little cry. A little cry. Oh, there. And then we're going to put it up here. I mean, this is just a fun look. I would never wear this to work unless it was Halloween. This is just like a fun theme that we're just going to roll with because we are having fun. I am just going to lightly go over the edges. I'll settle that down a little bit. Okay, now we're going to use this on the cheek. All right. I'm going to go in with a lighter fluffy brush because this packs a punch. It's very glittery, but it will blend in if you start pressing it into the skin. Let me just back up so you guys can see it. It starts off real like powdery and then it blends. Look at that green shift. Oh my goodness, how fun. Okay, now I'm just gonna go over just a little bit with my pouncer. We gotta find some kind of lipstick to wear, so hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, friends, how fun is this look? So we have, I added like little Kendra Scott emerald to match our eyes, and I have a little green sweater on. So fun, even though I'm getting ready to go help my son paint his new house. It's all gonna go up in a ponytail, and I'll be putting just a t-shirt on. But yeah, really happy. Look at that, look at the green and the highlight, the way the eyes look. It's fun, and it's so different. It's so different than anything I think I've done before. That emerald shade, oof, that's stunning. That is stunning. That was out of the Odens eye palette. So that was the last year's Christmas, the Merry Christmas palette, in case you just need that shade. So, oh, gorgeous. Okay, so a lot of fun, a little crazy. I warned my my son's girlfriend that I will be coming over there with some crazy eye looks today, but gotta do what you gotta do for the video, right, friends? So, all right, so I'm gonna have some photos at the end. What do you think how did we do with our inspiration photo? Let's just pop it up here again. What do you think? I think we did pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's just inspiration, you know? So I'm really curious to know what you guys think. And if you like this kind of a video, if you like kind of doing a mashup where you're saving your own bucks and using stuff you already have, I'm really curious to know if that is a fun thing for you. Do you guys come here for the eye looks? Do you come here for the new makeup? Let me know in the comment section below. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. And don't forget, the photos will be at the end. Bye.